Hello and welcome to Low Budget Gaming and welcome to another first Descendant video. So before I begin, Happy New Year to everyone. Because by the time this video gets uploaded, it should be the 1st of January 2025. So to start the new year, I thought I'll make a beginner's guide. Now I have been working on this for the last 3-4 days. I've recorded many videos and scrapped like 4 or 5 of them because I couldn't figure out how much detail to go into with these videos because I want to give the important information to newer players in a concise manner so that they can progress smoothly through the campaign and get started in the early end game content. So I was looking for some feedback regarding this and I got a great comment today. I'll read the comment because this covers most of the things new people struggle with, and then I'll go over each of these things in the video. Use the timestamps in case the video gets longer. But let's read the comment from JTS Tubes. When I was new, I had no idea what basic mods I needed to use on both Descendants and weapons. Everyone said use recommended, which was not a good recommendation. I agreed. How much HP and defense to have, how a good enduring legacy is still almost a requirement, which characters are a priority and a necessity to have to make the game easier. Lastly, an overview on which reactors and external components to use. I have friends who have played for a while now and still have no clue what to save, so they can save everything. So they save everything and it's usually chuck. Again, yeah, that is also something I've noticed. Anyway, so let's tackle this. Now you have started the game, you have picked one of the starter descendants, Viessa, Lepig, or Ajax at the start. Those are the three that are given to you. Doesn't matter whichever you pick. I'll give you the basics of how to set up a few mods so that you have enough survivability to progress comfortably through the game. And then also regarding weapons, which ones you should consider early on, even later on, and how the guns are split. So let's focus on that first. So in order to give you a more accurate example, I actually went out and farmed the normal bunny that is available at the start of the game in the first area, Kingston. So he got normal bunny, as you can see, level 1, so that she is as weak as any other descendant at the start. So for the modules, let's remove this here. When you get normal bunny, if I'm not mistaken, these two sockets are available at the start. I have added these later on when I was playing the game, so I'll not focus on these. You use crystallization catalyst to do that. You don't have to do it now, especially if you're doing the campaign. Don't worry about those things. That is endgame stuff. And also you shouldn't be using the catalyst on normal descendants. Anyway, you'll get the ultimate version and then you can go into that. So first step, you need some defense and HP. I'll actually go a little more into detail with this. So you see these numbers here. I have no mods here, okay? And you still see I have 1500 health and 7800 defense. How does this work? Well, basically each descendant comes with some default numbers. So if you press tab over here, you'll see that defense is 1488, max shield is 380, max MP is 300, and max HP is 640. This is the base stats for normal bunny, okay? Then what happens is we put external components, okay? And you can see this one has max HP of 853. Then you have max shield here and other MP related stuff. You have defense here and you have more HP and more shield here. Now all of this combined, we get to 7872 in defense, 797 shield, 1571 health, okay, and 305 MP. So with this and the base, you get this. Now what we do is we put mods to improve on that. So we multiply stuff with the existing one. So how much do we have here? We have 1500. So if we were to put a mod that gave us 100%, we'll end up with like 3000 something, okay? So what we do is we add a couple of mods just to give us enough survivability. So we put increased HP. Now this is a blue mod you'll get early on. Actually, what you will have is something like this, a basic mod. Now, when you start, you can just put this one here and it will give you 22% more HP. And these are not expensive to upgrade. So you can go to the mods guy here in Albion. If you're not familiar, I'll just show it you. And because early on, you won't have a lot of gold and Kuiper because those are the two things you need to level up the mods. So you can increase them slowly. These mods are dropped early on when you do the missions. And so you can equip these two, this one here, and I'll mention the other one. And then you come to this guy, click on enhance, and you click on increase HP. So you can see the capacity, okay? Now enhancement level 1, this will cost you only 3,000, 9,000, 20,000, 40,000, depending on how much you have. Try to upgrade it as much as possible. Okay. Now I have a fully enhanced one. So let's go back to increased HP. You put this one here. Now I can put this here, it'll reduce the cost, but like I said, these won't be available to you at the start, so I'll put it in a blank space. Now at the start of the game, you will have limited capacity. You see 70 over here, you will probably have much lower than this, around 40. One easy way to increase the capacity is to put a sub-module over here. Now what this sub-module does is it gives you more capacity. So if you level this mod up, it doesn't take away from the capacity, it actually gives you more. This is like a good one to have end game, but even if you don't have it, you'll have something like kicking or short sword. Let's say you put short sword here, you'll get 10 more. I'm getting 15 more because I put a catalyst on this one. So around early game, you should have around 40 capacity for the mod. So you can put the fully enhanced increased HP here. Now this is enhanced by 218%. Remember we had 1500 something over here. So you can see we are up to 5,000. Good start. And remember, bunny is level 1. As you level up, you'll get more HP. The other mod that you should consider early on is increased defense. So this will give you some more survivability. Again, we have a fully enhanced one and a basic one. If you put this one here, this also goes 160%. Remember, we had like 7,000 something already. So you can see now we have 20,000 defense. Pretty good. Now HP is more important. So if you can get more HP, that would be better, and you can use different combination of components. Of course, your components will not be this high level. You'll have more basic stuff here. So for example, if I put these things here, I went and found a little bit of like basic level stuff here. So you can see now 500 here and 981, because these don't have a lot. This has 90 HP, this has 44 shields, this has 243 defense, and this has 23 defense. So your job early on is to just, as soon as you finish a mission, you find better components, higher level, just put them there. Most of them will have something there. You can see the blue ones will only have one item. The purple ones will have 3 things. The first thing is usually fixed. It'll be a defense or HP or shield or something like that. So just keep adding so that you can increase your HP and defense. So that is how you do this here. Actually, let me put these ones here because this is what I use with bunny. Okay. So you can increase that, and early on obviously you won't be that high level, but as much HP and defense as you can get. So that will help you greatly with getting more HP and more defense. That is all you need really. You can these two and this one here. This one is bonus because it actually increases your capacity, which can help you add even more things. But at the start, if you're early into the campaign, just get these two. They'll help. You can also put a second HP mod if you find one. So you have things like stim accelerant and HP amplification. Now if I remove this one here and just put this here, we can put, as long as the mod is blank. You can see this one says HP, this is nothing. So this one you can put as many as you want. If it says HP, you can put only one of that group. Okay, so for example, this one is HP and this one is HP. If I put this, it will not. It will say a module of the same group is equipped. So as long as it's not a named mod, you can put as many. So you can put one not named and one named, because this is the only HP mod we have, the blue level, which isn't named. So we can get away with putting 2 HP mods. There are other mods which give you a little bit of HP as well, but you can put these two, and you can see here we're getting 11,000 HP, and we still have 3,000 defense, which is not bad. A general idea, if I'll equip one of my, actually let's put ultimate bunny. This is my level 100 bunny, and you'll see that I don't have a lot of health or defense. 9,000 almost health and 5,000 defense. This is a good number for end game. 5,000 defense, 10,000 health, and you should be fine. You can put a little more if you want to be more tanky, revive teammates, not get knocked. But I rarely get knocked with this sort of setup because I have put a lot of skill power in my skills. So hopefully that was easy to understand, and I did not drag it on too much. But yeah, 2 HP mods, or you can go for 1 HP and 1 defense mod. Basic mods, you'll find them early on very easily, and it will make your life a lot easier to as far as surviving is concerned. Now, when it comes to guns, you have a similar setup. What you should be doing is, as you finish missions, you'll get certain drops for weapons. just pick the one with the higher level and more DPS. And the ones you should be focusing are the general rounds. These are the most common ones. The ammo is also most common, and you have assault rifles, machine guns, hand guns, these type of weapons in this category. This is your main priority. Try to put 3 different types of ammo types. You can see here, this is general rounds, this is special rounds, this is again general rounds. Try to put something as these hand cannons, the ones with the green. These are really good weapons, so you can try using these. Explorer's Path and this one here. So you can have one general rounds in the first category. This can be your assault rifle, your machine gun. Second one, put the hand cannon, and the third one you can choose to put something, but if you don't put anything else, that's fine as well. But general rounds and impact rounds, these are good weapons. Ammo is easily available, especially for general rounds, and you can do a lot of damage to enemies. Now, when it comes to modding weapons, let's pick something. Let's say this one here, Ominous Hound. Also, regarding the level, notice this one is a level 3 recipient unknown. Sniper rifle, DPS 893. This one has 1189. Only one level difference, but you can see how much more it is doing in terms of damage. Now, DPS isn't exact science in this game. There are other variables as well, but for now, for the sake of simplicity, just pick the gun with the higher level and the more DPS, even if they're the same type. And just keep doing that every time you finish a couple of missions. Look through, just improve the other gun. You don't have to invest anything. Again, for weapons, there are 2 very basic mods that most weapons use. And first one is called Rifling Reinforcement. You can see here, this increases your firearm attack. So if you see here, firearm attack is 118. Even the unmodded one will give you a 12% increase. So this will change it to 132. If I get a fully modded one, this goes up to 155. Now, as you can see, this is again a mod that doesn't have anything written here. So you can get another one of the same type. The one we are looking for is firearm attack type. So this is what this mod will increase, firearm attack. Now, there are several mods that give you firearm attack. You can see attack here, and there are even more. But like I said, if it's a named mod, you can only go with one. And the one we prefer using is action and reaction, because it gives us a 61% increase to the firearm attack. And it increases the recoil as well, but it's manageable. So we put this here and notice how much more power it has now. 227. It started with 118 or something, and now it's all the way up to 227. Now, if you go higher up on more powerful guns, it gets even better. Now, the other good thing is these mods, when you level them up, enhance them once, you can equip them on any gun of the same type, general rounds. You don't have to put separate new mods for different guns. It'll stay the same. These mods, you have to only do them once, and then you can keep using them. So these 2 mods for the guns, Rifling Reinforcement, action and reaction, they'll give you a lot more power. And the other for the Descendant, you can either go with 2 HP mods or increased HP and increased defense. That will be more than enough for most of the game. As you level up, you'll have more health and defense on your Descendant. Anyway, this is a level 1 bunny. Level 40 bunny will have a lot more. So you'll have more base health, more base defense, and then multiplying all of that with this, you'll have more. So you'll be at a comfortable level. But if you want a general idea, 5,000 defense, 10,000 health, that is what you should be targeting. Obviously, at level 1, you'll be lower. But once you have that, you should have enough survivability to not get knocked. Of course, your gameplay will also matter. Don't just rush into the middle of the fight or stand too close to an enemy, like one of the boss enemies. Do that and you'll be fine. Okay, so that is the basics of modding with guns and defense. I also covered how much HP and defense you should consider. Now, he wanted to know character priority. So the content in the game right now is basically 2 types. You have extermination missions where you kill a lot of enemies quickly in the outfield, and you have the void bosses, the big colossus that you have to fight and clear. Now, when you're starting off, you'll have Bunny, you'll have Viessa. Those 2 are very good for most of the missions, like the field missions. Bunny isn't good for void bosses, but Viessa can do a good job. But if you have finished the campaign and you want a couple of good Descendants for most of the stuff, my recommendation is Ultimate Freyna. She's good for bossing and mobbing. I think overall she's the best Descendant in the game, the most powerful in my opinion. So you can see here I have 2 presets for Freyna here. for bossing, one for normal, mobbing and 400% dungeons and all those things. She's just one of the strongest descendants in the game. Bunny is still very good. Ultimate Bunny. You can use Ultimate Bunny for mobbing, for clearing outposts. She's very fast, still the fastest. Whether you're hunting for reactors and things like that, I still use Bunny. Now, Bunny isn't the strongest at bossing, at the void bosses, so not an issue. Now, if you want somebody who's just very good at bossing, you have Haley. Haley is a specialist at that. She has a big sniper gun and she can take out the bosses. So she's the specialist for taking out bosses. Another person who is very good at bossing is Enzo. Enzo is also a good defense character and can buff up the teammates. So a good support, you could say. And then there are a few others. Viessa is also a good all-round descendant, in my opinion. She got a buff in season 2, so she would be a good one. Sharen got a buff. Sharen is also pretty good, in my opinion. So these are the ones that I use primarily. We also got Keelan, and Keelan is also good for mobbing, not good for bossing. But if you really wanted to prioritize, I would say Frena, Haley. Minimum, you need these two. Sharen is good because she has other roles at the moment. There are things like the outpost. She is useful for that. They are getting reworked in season 3, but as of season 2, we still need to deal with outposts, and Sharen is the only stealth character in the game. She's the only one who can do certain objectives. So, like I said, minimum Frena, Haley for bossing. Enzo has some roles as well, so I would say go for Enzo as the third option, and then Sharen. Minimum, if you get these 4, you should have most things covered in the game. And then finally, he wanted to know about reactors and external components and how they work. So I briefly went over how the health and defense and things are calculated. Reactors is basically trying to give you more skill power. And reactors may have conditions like have certain guns mounted and things like that. They don't do anything to the guns. You have to hold the guns to get more skill power. Okay. So right now, if you see this reactor, it says optimization condition, machine gun weapon group mounted. Mounting means holding the gun in your hand. So it's saying if you have a machine gun, you get 160% skill power. It says reached skill power 160%. Now, if I don't hold a machine gun and I hold something that is not listed there, you can see now the optimization conditions, all 3 of them are unchecked. In fact, I should pick a reactor that is simpler, because this one I have implanted other gun types as well. Most reactors will come with one. So for example, let's actually switch to somebody else. Let's say Viessa. Now, if you see with Viessa, it says beam rifle weapon group mounted, and I'm holding a beam rifle. Now, if I was to put another type of gun that doesn't have the mounting, she loses that extra power. So if you see here, optimization condition, it says there's no tick on the beam rifle, and it says missed skill power 100%. So we are at 100% skill power, which as a leveled up descendant is still pretty good, but you are missing out on extra power. So if you hold the right type of gun in your hand, which is the one on the reactor, you get 160% more power. So all your power increases, you do more damage with your skills. This is related to skill. Now, what type of reactor do you need for what descendant? That is a little bit trickier, but I'll give you a basic guidelines. I could simply give you a list of which descendant needs what, but you need to look at the skills of your descendant. So for example, here, cross charts, it says chill and singular. This is an easy one because all her abilities are chill and singular. Chill and singular, chill and singular, chill and singular. So the reactor you need is something that gives you skill power boost ratio to both those things. You can see both of them have a check. Chill skill power boost ratio 0.2x, singular skill power boost ratio 0.2x. Okay, next you see below it says additional skill attack when attacking Colossus and singular skill power boost ratio. The easiest thing I can give you here in terms of stats, because this can vary based on your build, just get the repeat of the 2 things from the skill power boost ratio section. So if you get something like chill skill power boost ratio and singular skill power boost ratio, that would be an easy one to get more power. And if you get them in gold, those would be excellent. So for example, I think I have one for Bunny. So if you see here, you can see electric skill power boost ratio and singular skill power boost ratio. And down in the gold, I have electric skill power boost ratio and singular skill power boost ratio. So and that is the easy one just for pure power. Now, in some cases, people like to have some cooldown, some range. Like with my Frena build, I have a lot of power. I don't need any more power. So what I went with instead was with more cooldown and duration for various reasons. And I did not increase the power. But again, this is specific to the build. But if you want an easy thing that will boost your power, and if you're wondering what stat is the best, I would say just repeat the two stats from there again over here. Now, if you look at Bunny here, Bunny uses two types of skills. So you have electric and fusion for the first ability, electric and singular for the second one, electric and singular for the third one, and again electric and fusion for the fourth one. So she can either go with an electric and fusion reactor or electric and singular. Now, the way Bunny works, most people use electric and singular because this third ability is the main damage dealing ability that Bunny does. She runs with this one and she does damage with this one. So we go with electric and singular. So that is how you set up your reactors, and make sure to have the gun that is written on it in your hand. That way you get the maximum skill power to get that 160%. For this one, as you can see, I have a handgun mounting and a machine gun mounting. I don't have a mounting for the beam rifle. So if I was to hold the beam rifle in hand, I'll lose it. So what I'm going to do in the future is, once I have some more resources, I'll try and mount a beam rifle onto this one. That way I have a full setup. I have the perfect rolls on my reactor, and I'll have the three types of guns that I use normally, and that will cover most bases for me. So hopefully this was not too confusing, and yeah, you got the point. Basically, you need to match the two skills of your Descendant with the one on the reactor, and then have a gun that is written on the optimization condition. So handgun or whatever else you get. So that is a big part of the game. In fact, people like me, we spend a lot of our time when we play this game hunting for reactors. So I went around looking for reactors for Sharen. So for example, let's have Sharen here. So if you see with Sharen and her abilities, you have electric and fusion for the first one, electric and dimension for the second one, electric and fusion for the third one, electric and fusion for the fourth one. So 3 out of our 4 are electric and fusion, and those are the damage dealing ones. This one actually doesn't deal damage, electric and dimension. So it's an easy one. We go with electric and fusion. So if you see here, this one has critical hit rate and skill cooldown. Again, not ideal. I don't really want those. So I'm still hunting for a good one. What I would like here, again, an easy one would be electric skill power boost ratio, fusion skill power boost ratio. That will just give me more power. But I'm looking for a few different things, and also want a scout rifle mounting. You can see here, scout rifle gives her more skill critical hit rate with just holding the gun and using skills. So I'm looking for a little more complicated one. So I don't want to explain that, but basically easy option would be gold rolls for electric power boost ratio and fusion power. That would be the ideal one. Okay, I think I've covered the most important things here. This is how you do the game, and so that you get the most power, you have a decent, Descendant with good skills, and skills doing good damage, have the right gun. The reason why you see me with the handgun in a lot of these is because handgun increases your movement speed. It doesn't increase it, but the heavier guns will slow you down when you're moving around in the field and doing missions. So having a handgun mounting is just generally a good idea to have. And then you can have a machine gun, which is the enduring legacy for, in this case, this is the best machine gun in the game. So I try to have a machine gun mounting, because whenever you have bigger bosses at the end, you need something powerful. Handgun will do the job for most of the normal mobs, machine gun for serious enemies. And then we also have the beam rifle this season, especially the Vortia. This is useful for the void vessel missions, which is a new area added to the game. This gun excels in that one. So at the moment, this would be the ideal 3 guns to take for most missions, but you can be flexible with other things. With, like I said, with Sharen, the scout rifle works very well with her in terms of her skill damage. But yeah, hopefully that covers the most basic things. If you have any other questions, let me know. Hopefully this video did not become too long, and it covers some of the basic things in simple terms. Thank you for watching as always, and see you next time.